Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update on Sunday, August 26th. Just 1 day and 1 hour before my birthday at 11:14 p.m. Mountain Time 2018. You're looking at spectacular footage of the eruption of Mount Etna. This is typical Strombolian, I know you're getting hungry, activity, which is not dangerous to humans. They can come here and watch it. They can take photos of it. They can even ascend the volcano and have the flesh fall off of their bones if they like. But this is not going to cool the earth. This just makes for safe, good media coverage. Nothing more. The eruption in Papua New Guinea caused amazing amounts of damage and could potentially cool the earth. But this Italian volcano is nothing more than fluff. Welcome to the Grand Solar Minimum. Take a look at the GFS model. Still in summer, and you can see the Arctic Circle getting pummeled, as well as Greenland. And the snows are going to pile up, and they fall as far south as Utah. We're talking 42 degrees north in August, which is not rare, so to speak, but unusual. Very early snows happening in this global warming world everywhere. And we have record ice building in Greenland. We have an early ice end to the ice melt in the Arctic. And we're going to be watching this closely for an uptick to occur this winter in all of its fury. Look at the snow falling up here. Heads up, Canada, it's coming. Heads up, Alaska, you're getting buried. Tropical Storm Lane spares Hawaii, but dumps at least 4 feet of rain. Yes, that's wet. Hilo, Hawaii. Hawaii dodged a direct hit by Hurricane Lane. However, 4 feet of rain has pummeled the area. Roads are washed out. Homes are damaged. Dozens need to be rescued. Man, they're just selling a story. It didn't hit the island. Nothing happened. First winter weather advisory of the season issued for the lower 48 as snow blankets the northern Rockies. It's true. Big snowflakes, 37 miles wide, are going to hit. August snow for the northern Rockies. Meteorologist Heather Tesh breaks down the snowfall for the northern Rockies. And it looks like chilly air and total awesome graphics with spinning lows and total booms. I can't even enlarge this. Some people will call that color salmon. Others will call it pink. But there is a weather advisory regardless in Idaho and other areas. We're talking Glacier Park, areas of central Montana, Wyoming, Yellowstone, Jackson. Heads up. It's coming early. And there's going to be some idiots that walk up there and try to do some backcountry snowboard scraping. I know it. Look at the blues in August. Coming all the way down to Park City, Utah. Low 50 Monday, West Yellowstone, 43 Big Sky. Heads up. Boom. Wow. What did we just watch? That was totally trippy, and it totally got flipped. It's true. First winter weather advisory for the season issued for the lower 48. A weather pattern change featured southward plunge of the jet stream will bring snow to the northern Rockies early this week. The first winter advisory of the season for the lower 48 has been issued. Yes, it's true. Great Falls, Jackson. There it is. And it's summer. Boom! Yes! Are you ready? Get the shovels out, kids. It's snowing in summer. Where's Al? Below normal temps with rain, even snow in the forecast for Monday. Heads up. This is coming out from 9KXLH. Helena, Montana. Although air quality has been improving over the past few days because the entire planet is on fire, some areas in the northwest corner of the state are still seeing unhealthy air quality, probably because of all the legalization of marijuana. An air quality alert remains in effect Sunday and will be updated again Monday morning. That's when I'm getting on a plane to head to New York City. Holy boom! I hope the cosmic rays have fallen off by then. I don't want to be microwaved. I mean, I'm fine with a dental x-ray, but a storm system will bring in rain, snow, and below normal temperatures for the state Sunday night through Monday. The state of Montana. Temperatures on Monday will be the 20 to 30 degree below normal range for this time of year, with afternoon highs only in the 40s to 50s. That sounds like it totally, and you're totally flux there. So, just, are you ready? Do you have your shovel ready for summer? Oh my God. Precipitation will gradually decrease in intensity and coverage from west to east Monday evening into Tuesday. A winter weather advisory is in effect for northern and southern Rocky Mountain front from midnight till noon Monday for areas above 6,000 feet. That's not that high. Whew. Let's talk more about snow. There's snow everywhere. Doesn't matter what side of the globe you're on. Breaking down rain and snow chances here. 1 to 3 inches below 9,000, 4 to 8 above 9 in Yellowstone. Widespread rain and mountain snow are expected through Monday. Here's the breakdown. Below 5,000, precipitation will fall as rain through Tuesday morning. Temperatures are expected to remain well above freezing. 5 to 7, most of the precipitation will fall as rain Monday. However, Monday night into Tuesday, there's a potential for a rain to snow mix at elevations where it doesn't mix until winter. Whew. That's called knowledge. Yeah, I just gave it to you. Northwestern U.S., chilly storm may bring high elevation snow early this week. And they're showing the amazing wildfire footage there. Absolutely no sun to be seen. Just a weird Martian glow. Rex, are you watching this episode? What happened? I'm completely lost here. Oh my God, it could be aliens. The same storm to set return snow for the highest elevations in northwestern Rockies will help to disperse smoke in other parts of the Northwest. There it is, coming in, much cooler. Boom! Periods of rain and snow around the cusp. The cooler conditions will spill further east on Monday, with highs expected to be held in the 50s across Montana in August. I had to do it. I've been trying to hold off on the pop, but it's impossible. Whew. Austria and Germany covered in 40 centimeters of snow in August as temperatures drop 15 degrees. After the supposed heat wave brought on by Al Gore. This is what August looks like, and he's got his shovel, and he's just cooking pizzas or some baffling pictures. I don't know what he's doing. Whew. We're in August, and people across the EU should be enjoying summer and sweltering in Al Gore's predictions. However, baffling images show Germany and Austria covered in snow. And that's not the Zugspitze, that's the Snowfalls. Yes, I know my German. Du hast ein kleines Schneewutzen. The city of Salzburg, according to Wetter Online. Ew, that's like a porn site. Saw the heaviest downfall, but areas at less than 1,000 meters of altitude were also covered in snow. That's like 3,000 feet. It's August. Oh my God. Why isn't CNN covering this? Those frauds. Residents of Obertauern, Sarus, Stark Jakob, and Daffenglötentag in Hinterstücks on Sunday morning were welcomed with snowflakes into 0-degree temperature. Entschuldigen Sie bitte. And according to the Central Institute of Meteorology for Geodynamics, higher mountain roads in Tyrol and Styria were inaccessible because of sudden and equally bizarre weather. It also snowed down to 1,200 meters in the Alps, and we're about to get to that. We just started this update, and it's like summer, and it's like winter, and it's like, why isn't CNN covering it? Where is USA Today? Did someone not get the memo? Table Mountain gets a dusting as snowfall hits the Cape hard. This is South Africa buried. All the links are below. It's insane. There's more. I'm not done. Europe's livestock, stricken by the worst drought in decades, is about to suffer through the worst winter in millennia. All right, centuries. I was getting ahead of myself. Millennia doesn't happen till next year. European farmers are losing the battle against widespread drought. What do you think will happen when it gets really cold because the ice is now building in Greenland again? There is no fodder. There is no hay. In Sweden, the grain harvest is expected to be down 30%, and the winter wheat is going to be pummeled. They've already culled major portions of livestock, and prices of lambs, for instance, in Australia have fallen. Heavy summer snow in the Alps, accumulations exceeding forecast. Yeah, because they don't know what's going on. They're not picking up what we've been putting down. Yes, I know it's sad. But are you ready? Who cares about them? Big accumulations of snow are building in the Alps in August, with Austrian glaciers appearing to get the largest total so far. When you have largest total so far on Austrian glaciers in the summer, Al Gore has moved to Antarctica, or he's in a cave, or he's self-immolating now in a chair somewhere in the lawn, hopefully in a public place. Officials' forecast call for 35 centimeters of fall by Monday at Hinterflux, Austria, but 30 centimeters had already been recorded by Sunday morning, with at least further 12 hours of snow expected. And I didn't get the update, so we'll be getting it tomorrow. This is a snowblower in August. And that is a chilly boom boom. Seismic update. We really have no quakes of note today, but we have a very, I lied. Peru, boom, 610.5, one of the deepest quakes ever recorded in this magnitude. Maybe only 20 ever in history at this magnitude happening today. So we're going to be watching Peru for more activity, or the west coast here by this so-called subduction zone. Scanning the area, we have activity in the Kamchatka. We have a 5.4 in Russia at 10 kilometers. And we have these stacked quakes here in Kudur. 5.1 at 7.9 kilometers. Nothing else striking me. This could be magma activity down there. The big story today is the geomagnetic storm that popped up out of nowhere. Now, people were talking about this as being the impact of a CME from earlier in the week, which is nonsense. Because that shockwave hit us earlier in the week. Right there. This is a completely out of the blue rupture of the magnetosphere. Now, I was trying to point out earlier in the week how the magnetogram was going up here above 150 nanotesla. Now, I didn't know if they were going to be picking up on it and how it was related to the earlier earthquakes in 6 and 7 magnitude on the globe. Now, regardless of what anyone thinks, what happened here was our magnetosphere opened up and allowed a plasma stream to dump onto the planet. This lit up amazing auroras, so bright that they could be seen in southern Alaska during the full moon. Well, it was the day before the full moon, but it was bright out. Unprecedented aurora. We had KP up to 7. And this is just a taste of the things to come as our magnetosphere wanes and more of these openings occur. If this peaked up in the 8 range, we would have some major global effects. Up in the 9 range, and you better be buying those products off the shelf as quick as possible. What's most interesting to note about this event is that there was no way to have any early warning. It happened without warning. And if this is a sign of the things to come, we are going to have no warning when the grid goes down. There will be no warning. We will not know when it happens. So we need to be focusing on the magnetosphere. And hopefully we're going to be able to decipher how to get better data to get warning for these events. So stay tuned as we unravel it. If you want to follow the information, come over here to Space Weather Prediction Center at NOAA. where you can get their 3-day forecast. NOAA even said it was a CME at first, but there's probably a retraction. And you can start to understand space weather in general. Start to get familiar with the graphs. Know what a geomagnetic storm is and know what it means to you and life on Earth. If you want to get familiar with this science, check out Ben Davidson at Suspicious Observers, where he's been covering this for years and has hundreds of videos to get you more knowledgeable than 99% of the people on the planet Earth about space, the sun, and space weather, driven by the sun. Yeah, I know it's a lot. Let's talk about the reverse polarity sunspot, AR 2720, that everyone's talking about. Now, the problem is the people that talk about this don't even check the sources, that they don't even know the facts, and they don't even know what they're talking about. But this, in fact, reverse polarity sunspot is evidence that cycle 25 is coming. It doesn't mean that it's coming next year. It doesn't mean that it's coming the year after either. So don't let anyone tell you it's coming earlier than predicted, because that's a lie. But what a reverse polarity sunspot does tell us is about the science that we know about the sun, the relationship between sunspot activity and the reversal of the sun's magnetic polarity. So I'm going to leave you this paper here from 2010 about what sunspots are, what the cycle is, what's the reversal cycle, how does the field change, what are the development characteristics of sunspot activity, and if you want to get deep, we're going to get into Joy's law and Hale's law in a minute. But let's talk about backward sunspots. Now, they just spotted one, and this is signaling the onset of cycle 25. Well, what does that mean for real in numbers? Well, last cycle, back in 2006, they saw the backward sunspot. And David Hathaway had been waiting for this. Now, he's a solar physicist at the Marshall Space Flight in Huntsville, Alabama, where Lee Wilbarger is going to be this week talking about hardening the grid and geomagnetic activity. But we're going to get to that later in the week. Now, a backward sunspot is a sign the next cycle is beginning. And this one happened in 2006, July 31st. Over 3 years before we reached minimum. Yeah, 3 years. So, what does that mean for us? It means we may have over 3 years until we reach minimum. That's not till 2022. And that's just based on the dynamics of the last cycle. If you want to know how the polarity of these sunspots change, just check out this paper. It's very graphical, and you can, as a layman, understand Joy's law and Hale's law. Now, sunspot pairs or groups are tilted with the leading sunspot closer to the equator than the following sunspot. The tilting angle increases with latitude, and the tilting phenomenon of sunspot pairs is known as Joy's law. The sunspots of a new sunspot cycle after a minimum of solar activity appearing in the high latitudes are of opposite magnetic polarity in the northern and southern hemispheres. Now, as the cycle progresses, the mean latitude of sunspots in each hemisphere steadily decreases, and the sunspots will appear closer and closer to the equator. And then they will flip polarity. And at that point, you are within 3 years of minimum, according to the data that we have from last cycle. This is based on facts, historical facts of the last dynamics, of the last sunspot, the last minimum. It's just deductive reasoning, the kind of science we're doing. Yeah, it's logic. Isn't that amazing? And here are the K indices from Boulder, Friedrichsburg, College Station, all four. And you could see the event in question. It was relatively severe. Not major, but it was something significant. The most significant thing about this event is that we had no warning. And that's bad news. If you want to know more, come over here to the German site, GFX Potsdam, Indices of Global Geomagnetic Activity, and you can get some plots on the KP and learn more about it. And we're going to end tonight with the global temperature anomaly, as you can see, is at 0. And this is the 30-year running mean. So we predicted that global temperatures would drop below the mean by October. And you can already see it's reached baseline. For all recorded data, the global temperature is at 0. It's not hotter or colder than it ever was. But it's about to get very cold, because if you look to the right, the Arctic is below average, the tropics are below average, Antarctica is extremely below average, and yet the globe is average. Go figure. Even the data lies. Look at how blue the Earth is. Both sides. It's summer above the equator. Are you picking up what we're putting down? The powers that be do not want you to know the truth, and it's going to rapidly change. But the paradigm shift is going to be a dialogue shift. The narrative has always been controlled. We've went from global warming to climate change in just a few years. What is the next narrative change? Are you ready? Are you woke? In the infamous words of Rush, and the meek shall inherit the earth. Be safe, everybody. We love you. And we love